Hey there, YouTube. I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope everybody's having a good week out there. I'm still without a car, so I'm kind of stuck here at my house. I did get it into the shop yesterday morning, so hopefully I'll get that back in the next couple of days. But for now, I've got enough food here in the house, so all is good. Today I want to talk about how to avoid gas and bloating on a raw food diet. Guys, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please go down and hit that subscribe button now. Then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. Bloating, gas, not feeling good digestion wise is one of the top things I hear from people when they start doing this lifestyle. And I'm going to give you some truths today. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. I'm going to tell you some things. You might notice yourself in some of these remarks and you might not like it, but you might be like, okay, maybe this would help me. First thing off, take this into your own hands. Stop just going on Facebook and saying, hey, I'm having bloating. What do I do about this? That is the dumbest thing in the world to do. Now, if you want to do that, that's okay, but don't let that just be your only thing. Go to Google, go to YouTube. And one thing I would highly suggest to anybody new to this lifestyle, or even just a whole food plant-based lifestyle, is go to Google and search basics of food combining charts, on a whole food plant-based diet, food combining charts on a raw food diet, and look and see the things that combine. Because a lot of times I'm just seeing people that are new. It's like, okay, you're obviously watching a video if it's a comment they made, or you've got the internet because you're on Instagram, but you've never even looked up these basics. I mean, and it's beginner stuff, but still, I would be like the first day that hit my stomach wrong, I'd be all over trying to figure it out. Like, when you see somebody has that plate of just random, I've got some avocado and I've got some nuts and I have a cucumber and I have a piece of onion, and it's just like, so learn some of the basics of food combining. Food combining will save you a lot of grief. Now, also take it with a grain of salt, and it's different for different people. I don't have to go by every single, I go by proper food combining to a large extent, but I don't have to be fanatic. There's times I do certain things, for instance, and it can kind of be contradictory to people if they don't understand what I'm really saying. I'm not people really eat too much fruit and too much fat together. Now, I do that from time to time. I don't eat too much, not in my opinion. I guess that's a matter of opinion, but I'm not saying you can't do certain things every once in a while, or you can't use certain amounts of certain things. I love my ice cream with a little bit of almond butter in there. I've got a mango salad dressing that I like to, from time to time, put a little bit of tahini in there. But once again, in the big picture, I'm not talking about, you guys have seen me for years, how much fruit I eat. It's just a very bad combination when you're eating that amount of fruit and you're eating a high-fat diet. And that's really why, and I'm not that interested to deep dive into a lot of, failed YouTubers and whatever's process, but I think that's where it comes from, and that's where a lot of that candida comes from. And that's where I see so many problems, and I talked to one friend of mine online about this, and we see it immediately. We look in a group and we go, oh, those are the fruit and high fat people right there. So that's bad. Learn some basic food combining. Very people. Yep, I'm going through my notes. You guys know I'm going to go through my notes. So learn just a little bit simple about food combining. Another thing, there may be, no matter how well you're doing this diet, lifestyle, whatever, in the beginning, most people are taking in a lot more fiber than they ever have in their life. Definitely if they were just eating a standard American diet. I mean, some people have gone from probably very little fiber, no fiber, to high amounts of fiber. So it can take a little time for for that colon's 30 or 40 feet long, something long, maybe even longer than that. It takes a while for that to clean out, and get used to all that fiber. So just know in the beginning a certain amount, and for people with a predisposition to this, that you may have a little bit of this no matter how well you do the lifestyle. But I would say for people like that, it's even more important how you're combining your food. And one thing I would say is, sorry, going to the last page. People, for me, digestion is everything. Since I've been doing this lifestyle, digestion is everything. If anything even remotely makes me feel bad, bloated, slows down my digestion, it is a no-no. People want to have their cake and eat it too. I'm sorry, that's a bad metaphor for, or a bad analogy for a raw food diet, but people want to have their cake and eat it too. They want all the results, they want all the good things, they want to feel good, but they still, but I like this, but I'm addicted to that, but I like this and this and this and that. Well, I'm sorry, what do you like the best? Do you like this substance the best over here, or do you like feeling good? I mean, an example for me, and this has nothing to do with digestion, I'm just using this as an example because that, like these two issues, Crohn's and ulcerative colitis, are a little bit deeper than just just food combining or whatever. But still, I know people that eat things and those are really two painful, debilitating conditions. And I know people that eat things that send them into a flare-up. And I'm like, if you I've got a good buddy down in Costa Rica that has UC. So I've known a few people that have had both of these, and it's just painful. It's miserable. If I had that, and you told me I could eat 3 things for the rest of my life, I'd probably just be eating those 3 things. Now, I'm not saying that's what you need, and fortunately, that's not what you need to do on a raw food diet. But I'm just saying, if you're suffering, you'll do whatever it takes to get rid of that suffering. And if not, I'm like, well, I don't know how much I can help you there. I don't know how much anybody can help you there. And if you're going to throw the food addictions and all the comfort things at me again, okay. People are addicted to alcohol. People are addicted to drugs. If you're really addicted and you can't stop these things that make you feel horrible inside, then you got to get help, just like you would with drugs or alcohol. But with the digestion, it's pretty straightforward. And if you're having issues with digestion, I would say step back to the very beginning instead of doing a reductionist thing where you take one food away at a time to see what might be causing it. I would say go all the way to the other end and go very, very simple. Go with mono meals. Maybe just eat simple, and see if that straightens out a lot of that bloating for you. I've got this one book that I'm working on, just kind of keeps expanding a little bit more about this cleanse. I think I mentioned it in another video. And this cleanse, the reason it kind of keeps getting more and more is I'm kind of trying to do 2 things. I'm writing it as a cleanse and giving some options on a cleanse, on a healthy cleanse. No bullshit, no juice it, no 40 days on water and juice and all that kind of stuff. You're actually eating food. But it's kind of, it's a cleanse which you can roll into a meal plan, a way of living. And the cleanse, and how I would suggest that one would progress after the cleanse, starts with this around good habits, especially early in the day, to prepare your stomach for heavier things and get your digestion going. You start out in the morning hydrating, maybe having some celery juice, having a mono meal or 2, and just easing yourself into the day. In other words, you're building as you go. And I believe this is just something that like I say, after you've done it for number 1, you do the cleanse. It's not like a cleanse where you're going to be depriving yourself. So potentially you could do the cleanse for long periods of time, but then you can take this cleanse, add a few things to it, and make it a regular way of living. Listen, I've done cleanses myself before, cleanses where you're eating stuff, and I've gone through periods of doing lots of mono meals and getting very simple and very basic like this. And let me just tell you, 100%, the simpler you are eating, the less you're putting into your body at any one time, the better your digestion is. Digestion, like I say, I'll repeat over and over and over. Since day 1, digestion has been everything for me. I base my food around how my digestion feels. Now, once again, I'm not a fanatic. I'm not saying that, by no means I'm not perfect. I don't eat every meal. I don't eat exactly what I should eat, or the optimal, maybe to give me the optimal digestion, but I've got good digestion. You know, I eliminate 2 to 3 times a day. I always feel light. I always feel energetic. So, you know, somehow, and I will finish with this. It is a little bit more straightforward for me because I had pretty good digestion coming into this lifestyle. I say pretty good digestion because now I'm comparing it to now. I probably had phenomenal digestion for somebody eating standard American diet, or even a healthier version of a standard American diet. But if I compared my digestion then to now, it would be like night and day still, because I just have great digestion. And I just don't miss that, you know, from the old days, having it one day, okay, well, I ate something, this didn't combine, you know, gas, funky stomach, this or that. So simplify, simplify, simplify. Hey, and it's about how much you're willing to put into this and how serious you are about what you're putting into your mouth. I mean, you know, I've thrown out pretty much every answer, aspect, tip, trick you could do to make this lifestyle work. It's just whether you're going to actually grab it and do it, or sit around and go like, well, but I don't like this and I'm addicted to that, and this, and all it is one excuse after another. Whether it's a valid excuse or not, it's an excuse and it's holding you back. So anyhow, just know that if you were suffering, and you know, hey, I don't ever expect my videos to be the definitive on anything, but if you were suffering, know that you don't need to be suffering. So go do some more research. Go watch some more videos from here. As soon as you're done watching this, go watch something else on digestion, bloating, gas, bloating on a raw food diet, and see what other people have to say. And when you watch videos like that, and when you do your process like that, listen to what I said, listen to what this person 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 said, and take what's common in those things. That's generally where you really benefit, and that's where you'll get your best knowledge, is watching what different people have to say about things, and seeing what they all tend to agree on. Anyhow, just my 2 cents worth on this subject. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again a little later this week. Peace.